Hi, my name is Mark Froelich, and I am from Defiance, Ohio, and a member of the 5th District Officials Association in Northwest Ohio. Welcome to the OHSAA meeting that is focused on mechanics, and my intent is to show you a variety of clips regarding do's and don'ts. Hopefully, this will help you throughout the basketball season. This video is meant for education. All negative and positive mechanics are strictly used for educational purposes and not meant to embarrass any official. You know, I've been on these videos throughout the years, but for both the do's and the don'ts. So just realize that its purpose is to improve basketball officiating, whether that's your own officiating, whether it's a young official, or whether it's someone who has been doing it multiple years and has awakened to the fact that they can still improve their game. Now, NBA and college basketball players certainly have an impact on today's young players. I remember when I was younger, I wanted to glide like Dr. J, Julius Erving. And more than a decade ago, basketball players wanted to be like Mike, as in Michael Jordan. Today, high school players, they see the examples of both the college game and the NBA game. And it's no different in officiating. Some of us watch the NBA or the college game, and we tend to bring those mechanics to our high school game. Unfortunately, some of those mechanics are not part of the National Federation of High School Officials manual, nor are they accepted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. So let's take a look at a variety of clips, and hopefully this will help your game throughout this season. The first portion of this audio will be moving as the lead. And in this clip, we're going to see the lead move rather quickly to the other side once the shot goes up. He's in good position now. When the post player collects the basketball, we've actually got 4 players on one side of the floor. But if the lead would have stopped right there, he would have had a very good angle on the shot. There's minimal contact. And in this case, they get a bucket and the foul call. So we'll take a look at this in slow motion. And again, at this point, we've got 2-1-2 offensive set. Now we've got 4 on one side. The official begins to make his move over. In this case, he really can go over to where the H is and stop to be able to get a good angle in between the players. Because if you look at the center, he is not going to have a good angle because somebody's going to be in his way here in just a little bit. And so the lead actually is going to have a good angle. He could have stopped and then moved back after the shot was in and bypassed this phantom foul that we have. At times when the three-point shot goes up, we find ourselves rotating as the lead, probably when we shouldn't be. So here's some examples of some good lead movement on three-point shots. The shot, ball goes to the corner. Take a look at where the lead is. He's halfway through. He's going to make his move over. The shot goes up. He returns back to where he belongs. Doesn't mess up the rotation. Same thing here. Shot goes up. The lead's almost on the other side. The lead then takes a jump back. And again, the rotation stays intact. In this clip, the ball is not a three-point shot, but the ball comes to this side. The lead starts to make his move over to officiate that and notices there's stoppage of play. He moves back when the shot goes up, gets a great angle on the rebound. And finally, on another nice clip here, we've got the shot that's going to go up on the top of the key area. The lead begins to move over. Sees the shot's going to be going up, backs up, has a good angle if there's any rebound action. Now let's take a look at some poor movement on the three-point lane. The official's angle is first and foremost paying too much attention to where the ball is, but the official on the center has that action to officiate. So there's no need for the official at this time to make his move over. And when he does, the ball gets kicked out. The center is watching the ball go up to the top of the key. The lead is all the way over now to the other side. And once the ball's kicked to 32 and the shot's taken, the center now is forced to go from the C down to the new lead. Again, the same thing. We've got a quick rotation. At this point in time, the lead moves over. When the shot goes up, as we showed in the previous clip, the official could have moved back to not mess up the rotation, but instead the official goes all the way across, and that forces the action for the new center to haul his tail down to the other side. And finally, the same game. Take a look at the lead is opposite side. The shot goes up. He's not even all the way into the lane. He could have backed up and stayed back where he was. Instead, he takes the entire way over, points to the center official to, hey, get going, and then we head the other way. Again, the shot's up. He's clear over on the lane line. That's one of those situations where you could just stay where you're at and not mess up the rotation. Now let's take a look at some lead movement, non-3-point shots. And this is a really good job by the lead, staying parallel with the basketball. Now he's out quite a bit here, but take a look at the basketball floor is really tight on the edges. And so he's working his angles in order to get the best angle as the lead. The action is going to be close to the paint here eventually. You'll see the lead step out just a little bit to get a better angle when the action here comes inside. He's going to step out, get a good angle, and then he's still looking. He's still looking to see where the ball's going. Now he's going to back up when the shot goes up. So he's doing a good job in a tight area, trying to work that area so he can get the best angle between the players. And we're going to take a look at this in slow motion, and you can see he takes a step out, gets a real nice angle because there is no contact there. When the ball kicks to the corner, he actually takes a step that way. But when the shot comes up again, he steps back out, makes sure he doesn't mess up the rotation, and away we go. One more time, we're going to take a look at some good movement. This is the same official. He's lane line right now, parallel with the ball. Ball gets kicked out, and he makes his movement. He's staying parallel to the basketball floor as well with his shoulders. There's no angle on those shoulders at all. And now he can kind of scooch over a little bit to the lane line when the ball's on the opposite side. There's no post action, so there's no reason for him to move over on the opposite side. Now he's officiating the inside post action. The shot goes up, and he's still able to watch the contact. In this clip, we talked a little bit about the official moving over underneath the basket. There's nothing wrong with that because in this clip, you can see he's got the best angle. The center is up too high and has no clue what's going to happen on the inside. But this official has the best angle on the shot. So he moves over. The shot's missed, so he moves back over, has the rebound action, has the foul. Great job from there. Now let's take a look at some more movement that could be improved from the lead. Again, we've got action down in the post. The lead is just standing watching. When the ball is swung around to this side, we have minimal contact because the angle just isn't there. There's very little contact on that foul. So we've got to have a little bit more movement and better angles from the official. Now down on this play, you'll see that it indicates that the official is very deep with no movement. Well, the deepness doesn't bother us at all because you want to be able to see the entire floor. But not moving to the opposite side when the ball is over there, when you have some heavy post action going on. There's two kids battling for position down the post. Take a look at this, and there's no movement from the lead. Right there, we've got two players really battling it out. The ball's on that side. We really need to have the action officiated down there for those players. And the official does get a nice call here. but I'm not sure if he had the best angle on that just because the official didn't move, and we need to have a little bit better movement. This clip is similar to what we've seen before with officials moving over too late and making the foul call, kind of like the first one that we looked at. There's no reason for that official to move all the way over to make the call. He could have stopped halfway through, gotten a really good angle on the shot. If he had stopped right there, that would have been perfect. Now you have the angle in between the players. If they miss it, you can go back to where you were. If they make it, you can still go back to where you were, but your angle right there is perfect. Now he has to come all the way over and potentially mess up the rotation if the ball would have missed. And that's not the angle that we want to have from the lead. This one, I like to call this one the statue. From the lead, we really don't have a whole lot of movement from the lead at all. There's not a lot of post action going on, but there's players moving in and out of that section where you really need to get the angle on those post players. But there's no movement at all from the lead. I think there might be some cement in his shoes. But as an official, you really have to move to get these angles. Now let's take a look at some good signals for foul calls. And what I like about this first clip is you're going to see the lead official make a solid foul call and then have all of the tools that you need. You've got the bird dog, you've got the signal, you've got where the ball's going to go. Afterwards, you've got the description all rolled into this clip. And now what's good is you'll see the official come to the reporting area, stop, make a good report, and go. And what I like here is the patience by the official. We've got the foul call. He's watching to make sure there's no extracurricular activity. Now, report the foul to the table, stops, does a nice job. Description, very good. Points to where we're going to take the ball out of bounds and has the wherewithal to, okay, let's come in here, subs. Let's bring in the subs. On this foul call, we have the lead not signaling with the foul signal, just the push signal. And then we have also a problem with the reporting area. So those two things, if we can take out of this, is to use the foul calling signal, use the description of where we're going to take the ball out of bounds and what kind of foul it is. And then also on this clip, the ball's going the opposite way, so technically the official should go opposite table and be replaced on that side of the basketball floor with the official from that section.
Number 3, Johnny.
And once again, we have some action inside the paint. The foul call is going to be void of the foul calling signal. We've got two hands being pointed down to the ground on the foul. We don't have an on the floor foul at all. It's a foul signal. And they waved off the basket. And quite honestly, in this case, if you take a look at this clip, the player is in the act of shooting on the shot as well. So once we report the foul, we need to stop. This is a better job of going to the reporting area. We just need to stop and report the foul and then go from there. So some things to think about here would be the foul call signal, knowing whether it's in the act of shooting, and stopping at the table to report.
Bailey, look at your foot compared to my hand. Your foot is like half the size of mine. Like my hand. I have a small hand.
Really like the mechanics on this from the official. We've got a drive to the basket. The official's on top of it, and we have a nice foul call signal. We've got a description that's very good, a blocking call, and we have 2 shots. So all of the elements of reporting are there to let everybody know exactly what the call is. Now the official comes up to the reporting area and does a really good job reporting the foul to the official, to the scores table. We have a good description. We have what they did. That's a block. And we have where the ball is going to be. We have 2 shots. The only thing different would be to just stop and report.
What?
Go to the line again.
It's okay, we got Joseph.
What I like about this is the hustle from the official to get to the other side so he can see the action underneath the basket. Takes a really good angle to get the proper angle on the shot. Comes out with a strong foul signal. Waits and sees if there's anything happening before he moves. Runs out around. We'd like to see you go around the players instead of through the players. That's about the only negative part that I see on this, especially in today's world of coronavirus. It's good to get away from the players, but he does get to the reporting area, does a really nice job reporting, and when the player walks in front, he even stops, does it again, description, and heads over to the other side. Well done. One non-approved signal from officials should be the hands straight up in the air to indicate that the player on the defensive end was straight up. This is not an approved signal, and so we should not be using this as a description as to whether or not the player was straight up or not. If the player was straight up, there's no foul. We just keep playing. If there is a foul, then we call the foul. But other than that, this section right here, which was an excellent no call, and that's what it just should be, an excellent no call. There's no need to put the hands straight up in the air to indicate that the defensive player did the proper way of doing things. Let's take a look at some contact above the shoulders, an important part of our mechanics.
On
Great
the
pass.
good look down low.
There's the trap set up. Ooh, took an elbow.
Yeah, there was contact right there. Our official missed it. We got to be able to get that right away. Good pickup right here from the official. Foul right away with the above the shoulders, intentional foul call, and that's very good by that official. We look at it in slow motion here, and one, we're going to see no hesitation on the official's part. Two, even though he looks a little straight-lined here, he does seem to have pretty good idea of, he's close enough anyways, because there's no room on the sidelines to be able to see what's going on. This right here, great pickup, bang, right there. We've got the intentional foul. And what I appreciate with this official is the quick intentional foul call. This is in super slow motion, so it seems like it takes a little bit longer than what it really does. But the official came up, had a good angle on it, made the foul call. Here he is with the intentional foul call. Great job picking that up right away. On this play, we've got both officials did a great job here of paying attention right after the jump ball and being right on top of it. Both have the foul signal. Now they get together and they ended up upgrading this to an intentional foul. Again, what I like about this clip is if you take a look at the official by the scores table, never loses his focus on the play. Instead of, okay, they got the ball and he's running down to the other side. Now he's got his attention on the players. He's still got his attention on the players. You've got the hit, and he comes up with the foul to join the closer official with the foul call. Now they get together and determine whether this is an upgrade or not. But this is a great job by two officials to handle this. And now we want to take a look at things that make us look bad in mechanics. First thing you want to notice on this next clip is the bottom right block. We have a screen. we have a call for illegal screen. So things that make us look bad. Well, let's take a look at this. First of all, there is the play. The official's not even looking at the illegal screen, supposed illegal screen, for one thing. 2, the foul is called for an illegal screen. There's no contact at all, as you can see. Now we're going to take a look at the mechanics on this, and we just don't have any. It's just no signal at all. So we get a quick fast break, and we're going to have a foul call right here. Official did a good job with the signal. We'd like to see the reporting area away from the bench. And then we've got a hold. The coach asks what happened, and then we've got a push. So we need to figure out, those are the kind of things that make us look bad. Is it a hold or is it a push? Again, nice foul signal here, straight up with his arm. Real nice job. Again, it would be really good if we could get the reporting area up beyond the foul line or the volleyball line, instead of where he's at right now is really close to the bench. The coach has easy access to him, and so does the assistants, quite honestly, which it looked like the coach was holding them off. We've got a hold signal on the foul. The coach asks what happened, and now he gives the push signal. So let's just be consistent. Is it a hold or a push? We need to make sure that's consistent with each other. Okay, we have 15 white with a basketball being fouled by the green player. We have a 1-on-1 situation, so 15 and 22 slap fives. 15 is supposed to be the shooter, but he drops back around half court, and 22 approaches the free throw line. In this clip, we have black, who is going to swing the ball around, take a shot at the top of the key. Keep an eye on the center of the floor. We have a potential intentional foul situation right here. There goes the white player down. Notice that the official did call the foul, although not an intentional foul. He did call the 1-on-1, but more importantly, keep an eye on the player. They help him up. He stays back a little, and he stays there. And we have a different shooter at the free throw line. A clip from the same game, we have another shot at the top of the key. The rebounder is number 12, White, and we're going to get a clip of him going up for the rebound, a still shot of him, number 12. Going to the free throw line, however, we've got all the players coming down, and number 12 so far is nowhere in sight. We do have a different player approaching the free throw line, however, and his number appears to be 24. We have White going to take a shot on the inside. Keep an eye on the tall player that shoots it. We're going to have an intentional foul on blue for tripping. White gets up. Number 54 is a player. He's going to get up and go toward the free throw line. However, he's going to continue to go on. And we're going to have White, number 10, sneak on the free throw line and collect the 2 free throws. The officials realize that we have the wrong free throw shooter on the line, so they wave off the free throws, bring the proper shooter to the free throw line, and these points will count. In this case, both shooters made the first free throw and missed the second free throw. Keep your eye on the ball handler, number 10. He makes his cut. As he's making his cut, he is contacted above the shoulders, which is an intentional foul by the player in the white. This is correctly called by the lead official as an intentional foul. 10 approached the line. However, as you can see, there's some question by one of the officials as to whether or not that is the proper shooter. In this case, it is the proper shooter. However, the officials get together and have a discussion as to whether or not this is the person that they believe should be at the free throw line. At this point, the official addresses the calling official, questioning whether or not this number 10 is the appropriate shooter. And both of them determine that a player with a headband is supposed to be the shooter and sends him to the line. And in this case, it's the incorrect decision. A way to prevent that from happening is to do what these officials have done. We have a foul on the drive, and if you look at the top of the screen at the official, he's got the shooter. He is pointing at the shooter for the one-on-one situation already, so he knows who the shooter is supposed to be. And again, we've got the same situation. We're going to have a foul after the shot on the rebound. Notice the official at the bottom of the screen. He's going to point at the free throw shooter to let the other official know that's who the shooter is. And that shooter is going to attempt the one-on-one. Want to spend just a little bit of time on jump ball signals. Just as a reminder from last year's signals, we want to make sure we have the stop clock signal first and then come out with the jump ball administration. Our lead here does it properly. Nice job with the stop clock, and then we just need the jump ball signal after that. The lead does a really good job here on stopping the clock, comes in, and then the jump ball signal. We'll take a look at the first clip in slow motion. We've got one official, the lead official doing it right, center official doing it the old way. And remember, this year we want to do it as the lead is doing it the proper way. Again, stopping the clock and jump ball. Finally, just make sure that, boy, we always want to be prepared, don't we? We always want to be prepared for anything that's going to happen on the floor. Right here, we've got the lead in good position. We've got the center in good position. Everything looks great. They're officiating their proper areas. They're paying attention. We just have one problem. Where is our trail? Well, here he comes. Sometimes we have to have a little humor, right? But officials did a good job and just let the game administration take over things. But just always be prepared. You never know what's going to happen. Hey, thanks a lot for listening. Good luck this year. Stay healthy.